Hello, Aries Seeker. How was your birthday season? 3 of Wands. You looked out towards new horizon. You've measured your options and tried to discern potential horizons. You've been making good use of this time to see, okay, what knowledge do I have? What knowledge have I attained? And what is the best thing I can do with it? Good start, Aries. I mean, you start the reading with a card that represents your energy, right? 2, 3, 4 of Wands are Aries energy as well. And it's a very positive one. The Star. So, I just want you to see the back. There's a rose in the back. These are the vice versa tarot. They have 2 sides. I'm really drawn to this entity here in this card. Alien / spirit guide / ghost. Not sure. But it's subtle and it's hiding and it's between the lines because it came up like this. So let's start with focusing on this energy, right? The morning star, the Venus energy. Hope. Clarity. Premonition even. There's a sense of premonition here in this duo. 3 of Wands and the Star. It's like to continue the line that I started with. You discerning potential horizons. You do it in a way that is tapped to your spirit, to your heart, to your intuition, to what it is that gives you joy, what it is that inspires you. There's an inspiring direction that you have your eyes on. It's elusive. It's a spark of inspiration. It's guided by something that you can't really completely currently comprehend or point out, but it's a sensation, it's a feeling. You're at a very creative time. And this can also denote falling in love, by the way, for those of you that this speaks to in that way. It's like, I'm getting like the energy of a Fata Morgana, like water in the middle of the desert. This guy looks like he just came out of the woods after, I don't know, a journey or a situation. Maybe it's in regards to the time frame that we're undergoing. And he sees this, which is almost like a dream, right? It has a very metaphysical, fantastic type of vibe to it. It's like sitting in the middle of a very hot desert day, the air being super stagnant, feeling somewhat lost, and then out of the blue, a really soft, cool breeze. And it just fills your heart. And maybe it's from a higher power, or maybe it's just nature running its course. I would say it's the same thing. But whatever the source of this wind is, it's telling you that everything is going to be okay. There's a reason why the star card of hope and inspiration and love and purity has the morning star above it. Do you remember Lucifer, morning star, the fallen angel? Why did he fall according to myth? He insisted on his sense of self and passion, and he rebelled against his religious God, Father. Now, I'm not going into wrong versus right, good versus evil. That's not how I do my readings. Your passion and your will and your desires are not evil. They are not corrupt. They are an expression of your truth and of your soul. The desires that we come to this earth with are a clear sign, guide to our own blueprint, to what we are destined to do here. It's not a certain cognitive notion of wrong versus right, noble versus selfish. It's not something you can find in books. The answer is simple. What is it that you enjoy doing? Obviously, I'm not referring to anything that is imposing or controlling on another. If you desire someone and they don't desire you, know they are not your destiny, and know, get the fuck out of there, and out of their life. Don't distort my words just to give you a reasoning to do controlling things. You don't get to use me like that. For the very, very, very few that might corrupt my message in that way. I mean, something of inspiration and of passion and of desire and of the arts that you just want to do because you enjoy it, and that's what I'm referring to, and that's what I'm saying here. It's almost like a being drawn to a serenade of some sort, you know, like those mermaids who sing, and there's the stories of sailors who are like hypnotized by the sound and they're like drawn to it. But I'm not picking up on anything malefic, God forbid, or Eight of Swords. I'm not picking up on anything malefic or dangerous. I'm picking up on inspiration. So, this is what I'm saying here. Sorry, I feel like I need to... I don't know, I have mixed emotions with my hair recently. I don't know if to fix my bangs or let them grow or what. I don't know. What do you guys think? Without bangs? With bangs? Yeah. Anyway, so this is what I see here. These two together, I'm seeing it as these two. The guy here being the eagle, and this girl here being this girl. Like, right? It's like they're looking at each other. They're like facing each other here and facing each other here. Why am I comparing the woman in the Eight of Swords to the freedom this woman seems to have in the Star card? Because she's not truly tied down. Maybe she's under the illusion she's tied. Maybe she also needs a source of inspiration to realize how free she is, right? But I'm picking up on these swords and these robes around her to, in a way, also be similar to the woods this guy just came out of. It's behind you. And it's behind this other person if you're dealing with someone else as well. I feel like this to me speaks of some of you out there that it's like you've been held back. You've been, in one way or another, denied of fully expressing yourself. And now there's like this something or someone that completely pulls you out of it. Now, this is not like a salvation, damsel in distress type of pull out, right? You've pulled yourself out of the woods. And then you find someone that matches that frequency. Maybe they also just pulled themselves out of the woods. And then with what both of you have learned, you're now continuing the path together. Something like that. I'm also feeling someone who is missing someone who is who's passed away, that they're looking at them as an inspiring energy to follow their path, like a morning star type of guidance, like a compass. And in that case, you should know that they are present and confirming. Show me more, please, for Aries for this coming month. Four of Swords. You're trying to wake someone up in the face of of danger. I hope this is not your energy. I feel like it's someone outside of you that might feel a little bit like in a freeze mode, like they can't deal or they can't handle their don't teach an old dog new tricks kind of thing. Sorry for the sirens. Let's give it a second. They really want to remain in their ways, whoever this is that I'm tapping into. They can't see a way out because they refuse to see. It's not that they don't have a way out, they do, but they behave as if they don't. And you really want to help them out of it, and you really want to inspire them out of it, and you really want to show them the possibilities, but there's only so much you can do, Aries. I'm also picking up on a young individual that is staying with their grandparents or their elderly parents or parent or grandparent. And they're taking care of them, I guess, in a way. So whatever it is that they had and planned or that they wanted to do is having to wait. It is delayed. Five of Wands. It's like you're seeing something coming. You're seeing something that you know is almost about to explode or become worse than it is, and you're trying to warn someone or tell someone or explain things to someone, but they're not seeing it. Like it's almost like they won't be able to see it until it's too late, until it's like straight in their face and already too late to do something about it. Like when you see the snowball starting to drop from the tip of the mountain and you're at the bottom, you can still move away from its course, but when you close your eyes and you can only see it when it's right in front of you, it's too late. So you're seeing something that someone else can't see, and you're trying to tell them, show them what you see, but they're not in a place to see it. My recommendation is to take, as if you did everything you could, to take a different route. Sometimes people need to go through what they need to go through, and it's not up to us to decide to show them or to heal them or to fix them or anything of that sort. Sometimes we have to respect people's will to stay stuck. But be careful of finding yourself overly drawn to it and then being caught up in it to your detriment, right? Be careful that you trying to help isn't going to backfire at you. I'll take it. Ooh. Okay. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Two of Swords. Whenever I get the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess in the same reading, it immediately takes me back to Avalon, to Morgane Le Fay, to the Excalibur. I don't know if you know this, but the Excalibur and swords in general were known to be forged by High Priestesses. Yep. In ancient times, women were actually tools women. I don't know how to call it. They would forge swords. And the High Priestesses would also imbue it with power and energy and luck. You can see, in ancient swords and weapons, you can see a lot of symbols, ancient symbols. That's not gibberish. They mean something, those symbols. Those are symbols of power, symbols of protection, symbols of healing, symbols of luck for the warrior to have with them. In a way, it's the priestesses that would crown the knights and the warriors and kings, even though not necessarily directly, although sometimes, but indirectly and with essence by being the ones who create the crown or forges the sword and putting her powerful energy in it. And what do you know? We also have a king here, King of Pentacles. For my masculine Arieses, the message is allowing yourself to be guided by either a woman or your own feminine energy. But let's speak in mundane, clear language. By a woman, by a feminine, is the very thing, the missing piece, the inspiration, the energy that can give you that crown, that royalty. You see how we have the crown? This is the king with the crown. So there's an element of a woman giving a man his crown, like taking him to the next level. Now this woman that we see here is embodied, excuse my language, by a High Priestess and star energy. Those are very esoteric energies. It's major arcanas. It's very spiritual. It's very high frequency. It's very amorphic. Its quiet waters run really, really, really deep. It's the secrets of life, the holder of truth. With the High Priestess, it's with knowledge and with books. And with the star, it's with purity and faith. So it's not an energy that is in your face, kind of like, here's a promotion, here's the funds, here's the physical crown, right? It's the energy that sets you on the path that leads there. It's an energy that inspires you to go there. It's the sound of a siren. It's the Fata Morgana. It's the vision. Now, it could be your own inner world, that you're feeling inspired. Maybe you have like prophetic dreams or strong, sudden, intuitive hits. Or maybe it's an actual person. For the women who are watching you, this could be you, this woman here. Now, please don't limit yourself to gender. Whatever you feel like you resonate with, take it, okay? But it's 100% a feminine energy. So if it's a man, they hold very strong feminine vibes, okay? Setting on his course a very strong masculine energy. So even if it's a woman, she has very strong masculine energy. Sorry. That's it. If this was a private reading, I would definitely say a woman and inspiring a man. But because these are general readings, I don't put as much emphasis on king versus queen in the images, right? Oh, Two of Swords. Sorry. So the Ace of Swords leading us to Two of Swords. Two of Swords next to the High Priestess, she's also two. It's two twos, right? And we have her back. We don't have her facing us energy. We have her back. So this is not a woman that will pursue the man or force the knowledge onto him. This is someone that will remain relatively in the shadows or behind the veil, and will kind of let him or have him either find her or not, right? Because part of the philosophical occultist test for someone to earn a crown, right, is to see if their heart is clean enough and in tuned enough to be able to listen to the call, to recognize the call, and then to have the strength to listen to it and actually physically follow it, right? So a star and High Priestess energy, it's not an energy that is kind of putting itself in someone's face and be like, this is the truth, this is what you need to do. No. This is an energy that expresses itself just in the right specific way, and kind of then waits and sees what the other does, right? She is not actually blindfolded and unaware, as she may seem to be from the outside. She's not in denial. She's not in hiding. Her quietness is her power. She's actually facing the full moon and is guided by it, by higher wisdom. Feminine wisdom, again, we have the full moon here, and also the High Priestess. Where is the moon? Oh, for some reason we don't have it in this deck. Well, the High Priestess is known to be a moon goddess, right? Like similar to Isis or to Hecate, the three stages of the moon, right? The waxing, the full, and the waning. The maiden, the mother, and the crone. The High Priestess holds all of those wisdoms, right? One divine feminine. And the full moon also holds all these three stages of the moon. So there's something very complete with this energy's knowledge and where they're at. But for the outside eye, it doesn't seem like power. It seemed like for someone, maybe they're in hazard or in denial or in difficulty. Okay, you know what I'm picking up on? I'm picking up on someone who thinks they need to rescue someone else, but it's actually the other way around. As they will go to rescue, they will be rescued themselves, which is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And if this is love, then it's very romantic. I love it. And if this is a creative force that guides you in life, then it's very deep and beautiful. Either way, I love it. No matter how it touches you in your private life, I love it. The blue pill, red pill theme, the choice between two paths, has been coming up a lot in readings for me in the past month, especially now for May, but also for April. Watch April's readings, by the way, if you haven't, or watch it again, because now I'm recording this at the height, at the peak of the energies of April, so maybe a look back could really, really help make the connections. Anyway, the reason I'm saying is because you see how one sword is blue and one sword is red? And here, it's silver and gold. The choice is an illusion. There is one option that can hold both possibilities for you. I don't know what I'm saying this, or who needs to hear it, or what this is in regards to, but it's like 2 in 1. I can't possibly mean 2 potential love interests, because that's gross. I'm sorry. No judgment for people who have multiple partners if it's agreed upon. Like, I don't judge people's ways as long as they're open about it and truthful about it. But I'm not saying, like, if you're monogamous and telling that you're the person that you're with, that you're monogamous, and simultaneously you're with someone else and doing the same thing with them. I'm not referring to that type of 2 in 1. It's important for me to emphasize. But something about the third path. Right now, some of you might be seeing only 2 options, when 2 routes, possible routes, when in fact there's another one. And maybe the answer lies in this feminine energy. Cool! Aries, if you guys resonate with this, please tell me what this is about. And FYI, I read all the comments. I do. Okay. Whew. If you had an idea, a strong business idea, project idea, something that started in January but had to be put on hold for the past 4 months, I'm picking up the June, like late May, June, would be the time where it's going to start kicking back to, kicking into gear. Page of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. Another 8. I have 3 8s on the table. 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands, and the Star of 17 making the 8. Okay, there's something of communication and learning. Sometimes during the month of May, there's a very important message coming in. Again, I'm really drawn to the aspect of the roses. See the rose at the back? I'm not sure yet why. We went from the King of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so something that maybe during January seemed like very strong and stable, but then kind of phased out a little bit, or went through hurdles, or a period of stagnation. Now in May, it's coming back slowly but surely. Like, it's coming back fast all of a sudden in May, but in a small portion. Kind of hard to explain. Again, watch it again at the end of May so you'll know what it is I'm referring to. But it's very positive. It's like, it's okay to go back to a more initial stages, because I think there was something about it that needed more examination or more work, kind of thing. So looking back, this delay actually worked in your favor somehow. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. One or two more cards. The extended will focus on your love life, Aries. It will be a double pentagram reading of a look into you and your person of interest, whether you're involved with someone right now or not. It's either someone you're involved with or someone from your past, or it will look into someone that is coming in. Okay, it all depends on your situation, so you apply it to yourself, how it works. If it's someone from the past that is coming up, it means that there's something there that you still have to release and work through. Not necessarily in going back to get to them, but realize, okay? But it's not what always comes up. Oftentimes it's what is or what is coming. Can't say for sure what will be. But you can find it on Vimeo and on Patreon. All the links are below. Sorry, I don't know why my communication skills are so... I can't talk. On Patreon, it's a monthly membership that you can... you have unlimited streaming of all the videos, plus extra VIP and other special content like daily rune messages and lunar love readings and all kinds of fun stuff. And on Vimeo, you can purchase them separately, so it's up to you what you prefer. Okay? Don't forget to check out Tarot Masterclass if you want to learn how to do tarot, and Karmic Shift Liberation, which is a special project that I did for 2020 and the new decade when it comes to the Earth split and new frequencies that we live in. Okay, with that being said, one more card and then I'll do animal spirit. What else do I need to tell my Aries seekers, please? Close your mouth. Queen of Pentacles. Dude. I love it. King and Queen of Pentacles. So this is a power couple. Like 100% power couple. This is like a your ride or die kind of thing. So this is a very good month for love. This definitely strengthens the narrative of the falling in love part. And possibly being set on your crown. Nice. And I like that one of them is like nighttime and the other is like daytime. It's very complementary. It's very yin and yang. The earth energy is very strong, so May is going to look good for you. May is going to look stable, grounded. Things are going to get, you're going to see how things can manifest in reality, how whatever vision you've had or are about to have can really take roots in reality and prosper. Again, with all the roses, she has tons of roses on her gown. Ah, rose et nuit, or et noir. Rose in the night, right? It's probably subconscious. I was drawn to the aspect of the roses here. Probably subconscious because I was wearing this shirt. The way the mind works, huh? But yes, it can mean something. It can also not mean something. Oh! Just noticed that, see here how she has red sword, blue sword, and here we have red light, blue light. Yeah, this is the same energy. Here we are. Let's do some animal spirit. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or intuitively guided. We all have all the signs in our chart. It's all a matter of which ones are more dominant, and it also changes throughout different um, life situations, right? Where we are called to express one aspect of ourselves in a more dominant way than the other, and that can change. Okay, we all have the entirety of the human condition within us. What makes you you and unique is how you express these energies, what you choose to put emphasis on, what you choose to not put emphasis on, how you balance between them. And the aspiration is to break out of the astrology and not be limited by astrology. Astrology is not here to limit you or tell you who or what you are. It's here to tell you who and what you are and who you can be. It's a circle, right? From Aries to Pisces. It's not linear. Some of you are excited about something to a level of fear. And it's not bad. It's something good that you're excited about, but it almost scares you. I can't explain what this is exactly. It's just a sensation that I'm feeling. It doesn't have to be something that you resonate with right now. Maybe it will kind of evolve through the month. But remember this so you'll know it's okay. Animal spirit for my Aries for the month of May. Frog. Okay. One more. Stingray. Wow. Okay. 2 water energies. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, just wait for what I'm about to say. Hold on. One more. Frog, stingray, and... oh my god, this message runs deep. Okay. And deer, sorry. 2 water and then earth. Just gonna let you look at this for a second before I start talking, right? So we have the frog, stingray, and the deer. Okay. You know what's coming up a little bit? And it's not the main message, but maybe it's connected somehow. The princess and the frog. You know, the frog that if you kiss, they turn into a prince. So I'm not sure if this means anything to someone out there, but it's just the first thing that came up. But no, that's not the first thing that came up. So something else. So sorry, I'm ranting. The frog is a strong totem for healing. Frogs in the Amazons are used by shamans and by natives and tribal people. Some of them are poisonous frogs, and their poison is used for medicine. It really all depends on how you mix their poison and the quantities and how you actually do it. But there's an aspect of very strong healing that runs really deep within your entire system. It's almost like you feel at one point, maybe you'll feel like you've been injected with something that runs through your entire blood flow and just either gives you a lot of energy or cleanses you in a way. There's this very strong aspect of cleansing. Now, mind this could be painful. This is not a premonition for anything painful. This is I'm seeing strong healing, and healing is not always pleasant, right? For the body to cleanse itself, it needs to detox. So maybe you're called to do some sort of type of detox. But look at where the frog is looking at. In the stingray, you see all the colors in its spine? We have here all the chakras, right? From the base chakra to the crown chakra. From red to orange to yellow to green to blue to white and purple. So there's a cleansing process going on here, Aries, that at first you might not see it for what it is. Maybe you'll experience it as something that is scary, or maybe you'll experience it at first as something that is unknown and mysterious and weird. Or maybe it will be flat out just like, I feel like it might get interpreted as a threat in some way, although not like not like, God forbid, a serious threat to your safety, but it's like your psyche, your emotion are going to raise a lot of resistance and a lot of boundaries and mechanisms of defense, because the mind doesn't really appreciate change. It's very used to its. There's a reason why we develop protection mechanism. Our system is wired towards survival. So if something has happened to us growing up or at any point in our life that was traumatic, and the system developed a way of coping, it gets really insisting on it. So it comes up every time something small reminds you of it in some way, even if it's like vicariously or whatever. It's like, so I'm seeing something with your defense mechanism that is kind of raising resistance to something that, the Star card is also the archetype of the Pandora box, where in order for hope to come out of the box, first all the demons need to come out. The Pandora box is our own black box inside, where we store all our fears and traumas, the skeletons in the closet. And in order for you to reach purity and true joy and really feel yourself on the inside for who you truly are, then we first have to detox everything that is murky inside, that maybe you've suppressed or kept inside or haven't dealt with or haven't allowed yourself to look at. Watch my integration, transmutation video that I made. It gives a lot of insight about that. How to transmute poison into medicine, which is what frogs do. Okay, it's similar to peacocks. They can eat poison and transmute it into nutrition, which is the true work of alchemy and magic. Understanding that everything is just energy and transmuting it into power and light. Darkness is light. Darkness serves the light. Pain tells us that something is wrong in order for us to heal it and to stay safe. Pain is our friend, not our enemy. It's literally our siren is like, hey, something is wrong, we need to address it. Darkness, empty matter is what holds the matter. It's what holds the light. The yin and yang, they serve one another. The energy of union and of divinity, it's a result of integration of the two forces, the dark and the light. So integrate your own pain and fear within yourself. Use that poison, right, and alchemize it into healing. And then the frog will turn into a prince, kind of thing. And there's also an element of Kundalini awakening. Like, this might be like sharp words that someone says to you, or a harsh truth that you encounter, or just something you normally wouldn't expect to trigger you or to draw you, like the sound of the siren, right? It's like, but then once this is cleansed, the deer is a very pure, innocent, naive energy. It's like tapping into your innocence and your childlike energy of trust and faith and positivity that are true, not a mask, not a mask that is meant to suppress our difficult emotions, rather true purity and true innocence. I love you guys. I'll see you in a second in the extended. Subscribe if you haven't. Press the bell button.